这门课呢是由李老师来上课嘛，那李老师那个课程介绍里面都有。那这是我们的助教，盛助教，他现在是在北卡农工大学，念了这什么嘢？你那个有这什么嘢？
能源与环境。
啊，能源与环境。OK， 那个助教以前工作经验丰富，曾经在气象局工作6年还7年。
到差不多7年。
7年，对，所以有实务经验，然后才到国外进修，现在在跟林老师念博士学位。所以如果这个课程里面有任何问题的话，都可以请教助教。另外一位协助的就是黄木群，如果 local 有一些什么课程的问题的话，可以问黄木群。是这样吧？
可以。
好，我们这个就是除了在场的课程之外，我们有开放网络课、网络的收视。那我早上有把所有的信息呢送到所有的学校，包括台大、文大、师大、国航大学、中正理工学院，还有气象局，还有台风中心。如果有兴趣的人就有空，然后他们很有兴趣可以上来收看。好了，我们给林老师一个热烈的掌声。林老师这个很不容易在暑假1个月非常密集的帮大家上课，这是非常辛苦的事。OK， 好，再一次。你了解啊？对。
First, I like to express my appreciation to Professor Pedro Lin. He's not here anymore. Okay. Yeah, and also appreciate the most科技部 support for this lecture. So now I understand. Okay, a lot of you don't understand Taiwanese. Okay, and when I speak Mandarin, you can understand too. Okay, so you can understand too. So this is English. Okay, so in this lecture, basically based on the book I published in 2007. Okay, and basically there are 4 parts. First part is the introduction of basic waveforms. Okay, and so introduce you with property. Okay, and genre of wave. And second part is the modern wave. Okay, that's the major part. And then third part is the thermal force wave. Okay, and also mainly associated with mountains. And the last part is orographic vegetation. Okay, so that is included in part of this Mesoskeleton's book, okay, which I published in 2007. Okay, so that in this short course we try to cover chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, chapter 4, 5, chapter 6, and then jump to chapter 11. Okay, so that will material. Okay. So some either part I probably will refer you to read the book, or I will provide you the book chapter. Okay, book chapter. So let me see. 现在我就我们
现在可以，基本上还有。
我当比
弄一下，
也当头点。
我还在什么？
哦，here yeah. So, well, sorry. Okay, so then it's just okay. Start from French. Okay, so let me give a quick walk. How many people prefer this English? Good. Okay. How many prefer to use managers? Oh, that's good. Okay. How many prefer Talmud? So, to be fair, probably maybe with this company. 不过尽量不给你挑Sure, huh? Okay. No complaint. Okay. Yeah, 所以因其他是会看着我，我讲因听有，安尼我要安怎甲因讲 ？OK， 即马吼，大家到起来各自啊，就是讲答案啊，这样，答案啊，国语嘛是答案啊，迄个English， 我先看慢点啦，较准 ，OK， do you agree?
It's okay.
Probably better in English.
Yeah,
better in English.
因为我觉得老师就是花了这么多资源，然后老师这么远来，我觉得就是因为老师在国外这么多的经验，然后让大家学到最好最新的东西，然后我觉得基本上是一个练习。我刚去到美国也是这样，所以一开始我就这样，大家试试看。
用英文是较顺嘛，较对你若不行吼，你听吼，你差不多，我用那个国语来讲，OK, so I think those are basic information I don't go through. Okay, so because we have time limit, we'll go through quickly. Okay, so I think we can just pass through this. Okay. So this is just for your reference. We are not going to follow exactly what I propose here. Okay, but basically what we have is I have give the introduction and talking about governing questions. Okay, for mesoscale motion and shallow wave dynamics, and then talking about pure gravity waves and inertial gravity waves, reflection levels, critical levels, and then wave generation, okay, maintenance mechanisms, and energy propagation and momentum flux. And now, okay, this part is okay, mountain waves, okay, and then thermally forced flow, and then the last part is orograph precipitation, okay, 地形仪 okay, so 只有4个 okay, 第一个部分就是 wave dynamics, okay, basic dynamics. 第二部分就是那个三面波，第三部分okay, thermally forced flow, and then last part is precipitation, 地形仪。Okay, so this is syllabus. Okay, syllabus, and then we are going to have probably 5 homework in the class. Okay, that will be fun. And then, okay, and I think we are going to use probably the Thursdays. Okay, Thursdays 2. Maybe 1 or 2 lecture time to do some if you can ask Xiaohong or me. Okay. Okay, so before I start, I want to ask you, how many of you have doing modeling experience? How many? Almost everybody, right? Modeling experience. No? How many times have modeling experience? How many? 1, 2? 3, okay, 4, 5. And, but may I assume everybody has experience in Fortran program?
Yeah.
Everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. And how about Linux?
Okay.
Okay, right, okay. And how about Braves? Right? Okay. Okay. And you can use other program if you are familiar. Okay. So, how many people do you have? How many do you have?
You say the number is 10, including the 黄助教授有 21.
21.
Yeah, 21.
Okay, 21. And then maybe we can have 4 or 5 groups. So if someone is not familiar with Fortran, especially the model, so then your group network can help you. Okay. And for the homework part, you have to do it by yourself. A project, okay, we have always split into always 5 groups, okay, so 4 each, and then okay, you can help each other, especially if you are not familiar with model, you better to find a group which has model experience, but don't get together all 4 or 5 of you, then understand, don't know how to model, okay? Split, okay. So if say for example, if just example, because you don't model experience, okay, and your friend doesn't have, you guys get it, okay? Okay, so today we are trying to get down to the point. We have to come here to do it first. Homework. Okay. Okay, so we are done with the syllabus. So now we are in business. Okay, so let me give you some flavor of what the homework look like. Okay, so this will be your first homework. And Charles, maybe you can help me to make print of it. Okay.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not right now, but probably today at the end of the
Correct.
yeah. And today we are going to supposed to have four lectures. Okay. The first lecture is from 10 to 10:50. And then we have 10 minutes break. And then second one will be 11 to 11:50. Okay. Understand? No. Okay. And then we take lunch break. And come back again from 2 to 2:50. Okay. And then it will be 3 to 3:50. But today is special. Today is the last lecture. Okay, there will be a speaker coming in to give a seminar. So we just listen to the seminar. Okay. Otherwise, you will have 4 lectures every day. Okay. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay, so the homework and the project will be given out at the same time. Okay, so each assignment will composed by 2 parts. First part will be homework. Okay, this number 1, and then we have some proof of the theories and like this. Okay, and then second part will be a project. Okay, like this. Okay, and so like this one, you guys are very lucky because I have developed this model and I just give to you free. Okay. And so it is a model you change some combination and it gives some experience. Okay. You should have pretty good feeling about model. Okay. And also the dynamics of the fluid possible models. Okay, any questions? Okay. 不要客气。有问题就问。
I have a question. So
Yeah.
this afternoon we have the seminar.
Yeah.
So what time?
Huh?
What time we have the seminar?
The last lecture.
Okay. So 33 to 350.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Same price.
right. They are rated cars, but they need this room. They probably need the people to listen to this speaker. 迄可能惊吼，今仔有一个新人 ，OK， 过来那个翻。
Who will give us?
我是嘛，伊惊无人惊，所以嘛，伊要做那时间。Okay, so I guess we can start our lecture now. Okay. I kind of feel sorry I couldn't get his smoothly in the beginning. Okay, but now I think finally we got settled down. So introduction first. Okay, this will be quick. Okay, I try to be quick. We also it takes time. The need for studying mountain meteorology. Why you want to study mountain meteorology? Okay, and simply says there are many weather phenomena are directly related to flow over mountains. Okay, and flow being modified by the mountains, or flow circulations being generated, triggered by the mountains. Okay, so that's why we need to study. For example, like D waves. Okay, like D waves. Okay, this is this North Carolina. Okay, the challenge came back from about here. Okay, Greensboro, and okay, there's the Appalachian Mountains. Appalachian. Okay, Appalachian. Okay, Summit, okay, the Appalachian Mountains. And so here you can see, I don't know if people watching the video can see it. Okay, you can see nice clouds. Okay, they are parallel to the mountains. Mountains like this, lying like this. And those cloud lines are parallel to them. Okay, so flow is coming from northwest. Okay. And so this is phenomena is related to the flow of mountains. And also, sweeping mountains, you see looks like this. Okay, if nobody tell you, you may think there are many shifts. Okay, and water kind of passes through and passes earth. Okay, so those are the mountain shift earth. Okay, not really shift, but created by the mountains. Okay, and then here also there's island here, and for passing through, okay, sometimes it's straight and very symmetric, but sometimes create kind of we call from common vortex sheet. Okay, vortex sheet, from common vortex sheet. Okay, so that's also kind of phenomena associated with flow passing over mountains. And here is a good example. If nobody tell you, if I just look at that, nobody tell me, I would think this is like flow water, okay, flow water, okay. And this is you are facing to the south, and this is Sierra Nevada, okay, Sierra Nevada. Okay, Sierra Nevada. Okay, Nevada is one state, right? Sierra is in Spanish, is mountain. Okay. So some people say Sierra Nevada mountains. Okay. So that means you are listening to mountains in your speaking. Okay, so this is called hydraulic jump. And then this other phenomena is coil damming. Okay, coil damming. So, okay, so here flow coming to here, so that happened in the Appalachians like this. And sometimes we have pressure here, pressure here. Okay, so flow coming in, and then they get damp, like the mountain. Okay, so we cold air blocked by the mountains. Okay, so then below clouds, those are created by instability. Okay, shear stability. Okay, and over influence on front. Okay, like this is Alps. Okay, and this is Taiwan's. Okay, this is May front. Okay, passing through, and it's being checked. Okay, the eastern part very faster. This is our places up. The eastern part goes faster, and they come to here and then form cycle. Okay, so here eventually they will die. Okay, come to here. Okay, also like very famous phenomenon, these psychogenesis. Okay, all the arts. This art basis. Okay, anybody knows what this matter? Pyramids. Pyramids. So here's the French. Here's Spain. Spain. Okay, and which country is this? Taiwan. Taiwan. Okay, Taiwan. Sometimes I have problem with Chinese people, scientists. Every time they say Taiwan, they always say Taiwan Island, Taiwan Island, Taiwan. Feel so kind of frustrated. Yeah, they just don't want to say Taiwan. Okay, if they say Taiwan, they say Taiwan Island. Why Taiwan Island? Okay, Taiwan is Taiwan, right? Okay, so here you have the typhoon passing over Taiwan. Okay, so sometimes passing over but deflected, and sometimes blocking so strong. Okay, so flow cannot, typhoon cannot pass through smoothly, so kind of been damaging on the eastern part, and then on the western part the openness. Okay, so this is called discontinuity. And sometimes you make a loop passing over. Okay, like hurricane eastern waves, some of them were generated in the eastern part of Africa. Okay, like Ethiopia highlands. Okay, they're high mountain, about 4.6 kilometers. Okay, Taiwan is about 3.96 kilometers. Yeah. So， 它的山不要小看 ，OK。Sometimes I got frustrated, even we Chinese, they say, "Oh, Taiwan is small island." I say, "How small it is?" Okay. We walk along in Taiwan. How long it's going to take you to walk along? Okay. And 常常有人说，哦，这是什么？在文章里，Taiwan is a small island. What? Very small island. That's how small it is. Okay. Taiwan mountain is highest in East Asia. Okay. 韩国、日本、台湾、菲律宾、中国的土地多的讲不算。公园最高峰是以上。所以不要小看自己。日本人到台湾，还要带土，哦，我操！没酒，还有点富士山，那是电工新高山。Okay, anyway, the mountain is very high, 4.6 kilometers. Okay, so you can see this. Okay, they form the MCS, measure scale computing system, and then can migrate okay, passing through, propagate, okay, over the country, African countries. And then, not only that, on the western part, generate hurricanes. Okay, so what is very important also influence the psychogenesis, okay, like on the this side of the Alps sun, okay, and like on the this side of Rocky Mountains, okay, and also of course the Alps sun, of course the Tibetan plateau, okay, Himalayas, okay, overhead psychogenesis. And on the this side of Taiwan also have this cyclone too. Okay, over impact on storm tracks. Okay, and there are two storm tracks are very important. One is on the this side of the Rocky Mountains, and other one is on this side of the Himalayas, Himalayas. Okay, the need of understanding mesoscale dynamics. Okay, why we have to understand the mesoscale dynamics? Because most of those orographic, okay, related phenomena, weather phenomena, are generated by the mesoscale mountains. So you need to understand the mesoscale dynamics. Okay, so like from observational perspective, mesoscale may be defined as something pertaining to atmospheric phenomena having horizontal scales ranging from a few to several hundred kilometers. Okay, so that's a definition okay, in the it's called glossary of meteorology. Okay, so that definition of that. And then from the dynamic perspective, mesoscale may be defined as for processes with time scale ranging from 2 pi over n to a picture there, 2 pi over n. Okay, mesoscale kind of span a wide range from 2 to 2,000 kilometers, okay, based on Oransky's, okay, because Oransky is mesoscale, okay, so everybody has bigger territory, okay, so some people, large scale people don't like it, okay, they say 2,000 kilometers is our territory, okay, so some people say probably 2 to 1,000 is more fair, okay, but depending on how you define it. So due to different force balances, atmospheric motions behave differently for fluid systems with different temporal and spatial scales. Okay. 혹시 어제 복합기나 게임 너무 기초. Okay. Yeah. To save time. I think you probably know this already. So. Okay. So basically, what I wanted to say is. Okay, in this class, we are going to probably more or less follow Oransky's definition of scale. Okay. This is macro scale, but it's not scale. And mesoscale, meso alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, scale. And then micro scale, micro alpha, beta, and gamma. Okay, so I don't think I have to spend too much time on this because you guys are probably familiar with this. And this you can also, okay, you can also kind of download the lecture note from my website. Okay, okay. So from my website, you can download it. It's called the mesolab.mk.edu. You can download. You can download. It's in the syllabus. It's in the syllabus. Okay. So you can download it just in case you didn't catch what I said. Okay. But you also can ask me. Okay. Don't be afraid. Okay. So I probably maybe I can just go through it quickly and then let you read it, okay? Because otherwise we spend too much time on this. We don't have enough time to catch more important, okay? Okay, so those are other definitions of scales, okay? Like Stewart, PFT, Honesty, and Tunis, and Austin. Okay, the OT-fine, okay. And I think also like what's that scientist's name? He defined the scale for the tornadoes. Fuji.
Japanese.
Yeah. It's
成员or something.
no. In English. Fujita. He also gave definitions. Okay. And so his definition is different from other people. He defined 5 scales as very long. Okay. On which scale he defined scales master, muso, meso, and miso. Okay. So basically it's Japanese. Okay. They have the translation as T, okay, they have R, A, E, O, okay, so it is, okay, muscle, okay, E, miso, okay, E, okay, meso, okay, A, R, O, E, A, E, O, muscle, okay. But it's not very popular. He is a very popular definition of kind of tornado scales, okay, which is very popular and makes it very good. But I think it's not in, I didn't list it because it's not in the kind of popular definition of scales. But in this class, we mainly will follow all our scales. Okay, I think we're done with chapter 1. Okay, and then chapter 2. Okay, equations, okay.
We have the break.
Huh?
So we have the break.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So we're not there. We can say okay. Okay. Today, my plan is to finish chapter 1. We're already done. So I'm kind of delayed. Sorry about that. Okay. Sorry, guys. Okay. Not delay. And so the delay. Okay. But I think what happened is okay. Pretty simple stuff. So today what we plan is to finish chapter 2, starting question, and then chapter 3, the Java question. So then you have to pick one to start working on the homework 1 and project 1. And then we're going to go and do, okay. So I think that right now, let's take 10 minutes for it. Okay. Okay, so we are going to take 10 minutes break. Go ahead. Okay, so everybody ready? Ready? Okay, so by the way, there are some technical problems I encountered, so I couldn't somehow. This happened today. Okay, normally I can just convert to a PDF file and then put on my website. Okay, today when I do that, no problem. The problem is the figures. They don't come. The pictures they don't come out very good. Okay, but I think I find a way. So right now I think for chapter 1, no problem. Chapter 2, there's no pictures, and chapter 3 I'm going to do it. Okay, so if you go to my website, you should be able to download the material. Let me show you. So if you go to the web, and then you type meso depth, okay, and then that will be mine. Oh, issue. 这里啊，okay. Will be better. Okay, will be better. Okay, sorry about that. Meso depth. Okay, so that will come out, right? So you just type meso depth. Then you see my website, my depth website, and then okay, if you go down, okay, you can look at you're interested in my background, you can click on that, okay, and also publications, all my papers I kind of most of them you can download, you can see it, okay, from there like publications, okay, see here, okay, and you can download most of the papers, okay. And now I go back. Okay, so main thing I want to show you about this is you look for this dynamical mountain meteorology. Okay, so you click on it. Okay, so now you see our class website. Okay, I will just use this, and then this morning I already upload. Okay, like introduction. So you click on it, and then you can download it. Okay, and also I provide you my book chapter, introduction, chapter 1. So you can click on it. Okay, and then you can download it. Okay, you can download it. Okay, yeah, you can download it. Okay. I can only provide this kind of chapter by chapter because I couldn't provide you the whole book because that would be violated. Okay, it would be violating the copyright. So, but I think it's allowed. I give you chapter by chapter. Okay. So now, this is we are going to talk about governing questions, and then this is related to based on in 2007 my book chapter 2. You can download too. Okay. And this one is in chapter 3, you can download. Okay, so I try to provide that. Okay, and then this is the homework. You can also download. Okay. Okay, so now let's go to the. I think we are okay. We can use website for the chapter 2. Okay. This website. Sorry, my voice is a little bit soft today because last night I didn't sleep well. Okay, so I believe we can go through this a little bit quicker because I believe most of you have those basic equations from different classes. Okay, either atmospheric dynamics or dynamic meteorology or other classes, you probably have that already, right? Right. Okay. And so we can go a little bit quicker to save us time to go more important material. Okay, so basically the governing questions of atmospheric motions and processes are based on Newton's second law of motion and conservation of mass and conservation of energy and ideal gas law. Okay. And this Newton's second law of motion okay, that will give us 3 equations, the momentum equations. Okay, yeah. So that we have the horizontal and vertical momentum equations. Okay, also we have 3 equations in x, y, z direction. And those 3 equations, momentum equations, they are also called Navier-Stokes equations. Okay, that's basically the terminology basically used by engineers Okay, they use these. Okay, Navier-Stokes equation. And then the conservation of mass gives us continuity equation, as you know. And then the conservation of energy is used to derive that first law of thermodynamics. Okay, and then combined with ideal gas law give us the thermodynamic energy equation. Okay, yeah. So then we have 3 momentum equations in x, y, z directions. Okay, so remember that we have the du, dt, dv, dt, dw, dt, and then we have the continuity equation, and then we have the energy equation. Okay, so that's 5 equations. Okay, so if we write out, we have those. Okay, momentum equations. Okay, and then continuity equation, and then thermodynamic equation. I don't think I have to repeat too much. Okay, how many do you need me to explain those? Probably not much, right? I think they are very familiar with. Okay, so my data you read those are pretty simple. Okay, things. Okay, so this capital D dt is composed by 4 terms. Okay. And so we have this partial t, that's local rate of change, okay, of a variable. And we have u partial x, that is the advection by u wind. And then v partial y, w partial d. It's called total derivative. This is called total derivative. It's different from this. Okay, this is local rate of change. Okay. And but curvature terms need to be considered if we are consider, okay, kind of larger scale motions. But for what we are concerned, this is not very important. But in model, they are most of them, okay, most of the models include those terms, okay. But for theory, normally we don't consider those, okay, especially for mesoscale theories. And friction and heat fluxes, okay, they are normally parameterized because they are very complicated processes. So normally you have parameterize them. And diabatic heating, okay, and surface heating, okay, including surface heating, elevated heating, latent heating, and radiative heating, okay, rate per unit mass. Okay, how do you represent the diabatic heating in NWP models? Okay, numerical weather prediction models. Okay, the surface heating is part of the PBL process. Okay, so they are normally represented by PBL parameterizations and then the surface parameterization schemes. Okay, latent heat is represented by cumulus parameterizations and microphysical parameterizations. Okay, and radiative processes, okay, are represented by radiation parameterization schemes, okay, in the real model. Okay, so now we are talking about approximations. One of the approximations important to us is the linear approximation. Okay, when we saw linear approximation, that means perturbation from the basic field is small. That's called linearization, okay, as you know. So like based on this equation, okay, those equations, okay, and the perturbation, okay, you say we assume U equals to capital U plus U prime, and V equals to capital V plus V prime, W equals to W prime. Normally, vertical motion doesn't have a basic flow, okay? Otherwise, we'll be in trouble. And density equals to the basic density plus perturbation density. Okay, pressure, basic 1 plus P prime, theta bar plus theta prime. T equals to T bar plus T prime. And then this is heating rate, okay? And when we say linearization, that means this perturbation part, okay, is much smaller than the basic part, okay? And then we ignore certain terms, okay? That process is called linearization. Okay, so then we also assume for the background flow, it's in geostrophic balance, okay, and hydrosphere balance. These two together, hydrosphere balance and geostrophic balance together is called thermal wind balance, okay, like this. And that determines support the vertical wind shear, okay, like this, vertical wind shear. Okay, so all those are basic. I assume you know them. If not, please review my note and also go to the textbooks. Okay, this is conservation of mass. Okay, so you have the W, the rho dt plus rho, partial U plus partial X, partial V, partial Y, plus partial W, partial G. Okay, and the basic state. Okay, follow this. Okay, follow this. Okay, and C sub S is the sound wave speed. And conservation of the state, basic state of thermal energy gives this, okay, gives this. Because you have to, the background flow has to be in hydrosphere balance and also in thermal wind balance. Okay, so after that, we end up this set of equations. Okay, still very complicated, okay, even though they are linearized, okay, still very complicated. Okay, so you still have this, okay, a momentum equation in x direction, y momentum equation, g momentum equation, and we have this continuity equation, and then thermodynamic energy equation, okay, and the background flow, okay, like n square, background, the basic Brown transversal frequency square equals to g over theta bar, partial theta bar, partial g. Okay, so I don't think I had to go through this. Okay, and this set of equation, they contain the pure acoustic waves. Okay, and they are associated with C sub S terms. Wherever you see C sub S, that has the mechanism to propagate the pure acoustic waves. And also pure graded waves. Okay, wherever you see this G, okay, or rho prime, then there are terms associated with graded waves. Okay, and pure graded waves can be combined with acoustic waves, give us the acoustic graded waves. Okay, you have a kind of mixture of the waves together. And then inertial graded waves, if F is become important, then it come into play. Okay. And also this set of equations, 2.2.1 to 2.2.7, may also include static instability and shear instability, or sometimes we call Kelvin-Helmholtz instability if it's in a stratified flow. Okay, we call Kelvin-Helmholtz instability, symmetrical instability, inertial instability, Bell-Kringle instability. So these set of equations are very complicated, okay, including that of processes instabilities, waves. Okay, next thing we wanted to do is the approximation of continuity equation. Okay. So based on this, okay, we already discussed earlier. Based on this, then okay, it has this linear form. So in a model, normally we include everything. Like today, you have model which is compressible. Okay. Atmosphere, including kind of compressible atmosphere, that including every term. Okay, so that's good because including everything there. The problem with the model to include every term is that equation, that compressible atmosphere, including the compressibility. That means it can produce acoustic wave. and acoustic wave propagate very fast. Okay, and then model cannot handle it. Okay, unless you have very fine time scale to resolve it. Otherwise, you will have problem. Okay, to handle it. Okay, that's a problem because you have to satisfy the CFL criteria. Okay, anybody have heard of CFL criteria? Right. You have, right? No? No? CFL criteria. CFL criteria. Have you heard? Yeah, okay, that's good. So then you have to use kind of, one way to resolve the problem is using the time splitting scheme, like in Wolf and some other models, they use the time splitting scheme to solve the problem, okay? Okay, so in some models or theoretical work, they try to resolve the problem without going to models. So what they do is they make approximations. Okay, it's called analytic or deep convection continuity equation, and which can be derived have these three forms. Okay, three forms, and so don't worry about you don't understand it. Okay, because you are going to do homework. Okay, yeah, you're going to do homework to understand it. Okay, so you are going to prove they are identical. Okay. So don't worry about it. Okay, you're going to find out. Okay, you're going to do it. Okay, to prove them are identical. Okay, then other continuity question, because I have pretty good lectures describing this in my dynamic metrology course, but this is not dynamic metrology, so I kind of skip it because otherwise we spend too much time on those basics. Okay, yeah. So other one is del dot v prime equals 0. Okay, so basically what we have is we have d dot dt, okay, and then plus rho times delta dot v equals to 0. Okay, so if this term is almost 0, very small, then we end up this equals to 0. That gives us delta dot v equals to 0. That gives us partial u, partial x plus partial v, partial y plus partial w, partial g equals to 0. This is called incompressible continuity equation. Okay, so there's three levels. One is treat including every term in the continuity equation. Okay, that's called compressible continuity equation. And then you ignore some terms, and then you become this form, and that's called analytic equation. And then if you ignore everything except this part, that's called incompressible continuity equation. So I'm not going to detail because I assume you have gone through this. You have taken dynamic metrology or atmospheric dynamics. Okay, other one is Bouguereau's approximation. Okay, Bouguereau's approximation, like I probably can go to equations. Okay, I probably go to equations. So I go to equations. So what Bouguereau's approximation means in simple way to say is, okay, you probably need to go to books like my book or some other textbooks to get more precise ideas of Boussinesq approximation. But roughly speaking, okay, is when you see rho here, density, in this equation, you use rho naught, assume constant here, rho. And here, you assume constant, okay. And here, you don't. Here, this rho is important. You don't assume constant because that varies and that can produce buoyancy force and that can produce waves, okay, gravity waves. So this one, you don't treat as 0, okay. You don't treat it because, and then, so say this equation will be written as, can be written this way, okay. 2.2.3 can be written like this. Can be written like this: rho dw dt, okay, equals to negative dp dg, and then minus rho g plus fg, okay. So this term is called buoyancy term, okay, that can produce the gravity waves, okay. Yeah. Like for example, if an air parcel here, okay, is kind of heated up by some way, okay, like maybe by radiation, it's heated up, what's going to happen? It's going to be denser or lighter compared to environment. Lighter, right? So when it's lighter, it's going to rise. Okay, when it rises, because atmosphere is stratified, so the pressure is get less and less in the environment. So this air parcel is going to expand. Once you expand, what happens? You cool down and become denser. So coming down. And coming down is going to overshoot the original level. But when overshoot, then it's going to be compressed because lower level pressure is higher, right? Squeeze. And then being squeezed become hotter. Okay. Just like if there's a machine or somebody pushing all us to the corner, we don't feel comfortable. Okay, heat it up. Okay. So it's going to be lighter. So it's going to go up. So it's going to oscillate. And this is called gravity wave. Okay. So that term is important. You don't treat this as constant. Okay. And here, you more or less you can treat a constant. Okay, so then if it's constant, this is 0, this is constant, so it becomes like this, incompressible. So when you put in this approximation, you almost assume you have the incompressible continuity equation. Okay. That's called Boussinesq approximation. That's important. I want to mention it because sometimes we assume that, okay, in order to solve the problem theoretically. Okay, so all those I think are basics. I probably just go quickly. Oh, actually, we have passing through this. Okay, we've been through this. Okay, and then Boussinesq. See, chapter 2. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, and as I said, there are some details you need to know. Okay, which you don't rely on me to explain this to you because otherwise you'll spend the whole, okay, 4 weeks on this. Okay, and you can probably go to my book because, okay, this is in chapter 2 of my book, and I have a link there. You just click it and you download, and some details you can read from there, or you can go to Horton's dynamic metrology book. Okay. Any questions so far? So, Xiao, maybe we can finish. Okay. 3 chapters, yeah. Because I assume those are basics. Okay. Okay. Any questions? 问题无啦，拜托啦 ，OK， 这点 OK， yeah。有没有问题？没问题，我go on。OK， so let's go to chapter 3. OK。 Okay, so chapter 3, we're talking about basic wave dynamics. Also, I assume a lot of material you already have, and so I'm going to focus on what most important thing in this course. Okay, most important thing. And some basics I will refer you, I mention it, but I rely on you to review them. Okay, but some important ones I will go through it. Okay, basic wave dynamics. In general, no matter it is waves in the atmosphere, in the ocean, in the space, okay, there are two types of waves. One type is called mechanical waves, okay. Another type is called the electromagnetic waves, okay. And there's fundamental differences, okay. There are fundamental differences. Most important thing is in the mechanical waves, okay, we need a restoring force. Restoring force. What's a restoring force? It's very simple, right? Like, so say, like, here we have spring, 弹簧, spring 弹簧, okay. And so then you squeeze it, it's compressed. So it's going to shoot back. That's called restoring force. So wave need that restoring force, okay. Like the example I said, the great waves, okay, you heat it up, it's kind of going up, and then coming down, and then going up and going down. It's because density, okay, the buoyancy force become a restoring force, okay. So we need restoring force. And we also need a medium to propagate, to let the wave to propagate. Okay, in atmosphere, of course, atmosphere is the medium. Okay, okay. Medium, how do you say in Mandarin? 介质. Okay, so this one I don't understand. Okay, yeah. And but in electromagnetic waves, you don't require a medium. Okay, yeah. There's a history, you know that, right? In physics, okay, they try to find E-type, okay, E-type, okay, in the space, but eventually they prove there's no E-type, okay. So that is electromagnetic wave. They don't need medium, okay. But for mechanical waves, like we are treating, we need medium, okay. So we are not treating this one; we're treating that one. That's a basic difference. Like radio waves, microwaves, okay, infrared radiation, visible light, okay, all those we don't need any medium. Okay, so from air particle is displaced from initial position, a restoring force may cause it return. It like the example I mentioned, okay. Okay, so you heat it up, you go up, and then it become lighter, become heavier because of expansion, okay. And then that's called buoyancy force, bring it down. So you need that to bring it back to the origin. Okay, so all those are pretty basics, okay. And in the waves, we are treating atmospheric waves, okay, mesoscale waves, mountain waves, we need medium, okay, that's air, okay, we have it. The ultimate behavior, okay, ultimate behavior, how do you say in Mandarin, okay, ultimate, 最终的 okay 行为 okay of the wave is dictated by the individual properties of the restoring wave, okay, and the medium. So these two are important, okay, and then we have to express them quantitatively, okay. So then we can do experiments, we can do theories. Okay, waves are different from mass transportation. That's something you have to understand, you have to know, okay, because when we have the waves, okay, like Like if this is a spring, okay, you compress it, okay, and the particle here will just go like this, but wave propagate out. Okay, mass transposition is different. Okay, mass transposition is, okay, you have to have the particle going along with the motion. Okay, like for example, like when we look at the thunderstorm, like this. Okay, it's rain, right? So what's the density here will be lighter or denser? It's totally, okay, denser, right? So denser then will be cold, right? Because it's cold, so it's denser. Why it's cold? Because 蒸发, right? Evaporation. Okay. So evaporation. So then you form a front. What's this called? Gas front. Okay. And this is called density current, right? Like this. So this will keep going, can keep going as long as they have enough cold air. This is called mass transportation. This is not wave. Okay, this is not wave. Okay. Okay, so this is density current. Okay, is not wave. Okay, so there's a big difference there. Okay, so the atmospheric waves may be classified as the following: sound waves, sometimes people call acoustic waves, and mesoscale waves, and planetary waves or Rossby waves. Okay, and different people have different kind of classification. This is by myself. Okay, I classify this way. Okay, and of course not invented. Okay, those waves, but I classify this way in Lin 2007 book. So you have sound wave, you have mesoscale wave, you have planetary waves. Okay, and under the sound waves, you have ultra acoustic waves, and then you have infra. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, right. Ultrasonic. Okay, and then sound waves. Okay, so you have these two extremes, and then you have the pure gravity waves. And that includes two different types. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm going to explain it. So we are going to learn it. So you have innovative gravity waves. You have the vertical propagating waves. Okay. Some pure gravity waves can not propagate upward vertically. Some can. Okay. Some just propagate horizontally. So we have these two types. Okay, and in between you have other waves combined of these two. And then here, can I see it clearly? I don't know why. Oh, by the way, if you have computer, PCs, okay, you bring it to the class so you can, help you to see what I'm talking about. And here, when on the larger side of the mesoscale waves, you have the notation become important. Okay, and then you have inertial gravity waves. I don't know why it's kind of cannot see clearly. Yeah. Okay, and then you have planetary waves that give you means beta is important. Beta is important here. Okay, and rotation is important, and buoyancy is important, and here is compression force. That's compression force, and this is the soaring force is buoyancy force. Here is Coriolis force or variation of Coriolis force. That's beta effect. Okay, so you can have combined forces. Any question so far? Very simple, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, so mesoscale waves include pure gravity waves and the inertial gravity waves. Okay, we are not going to discuss too much about acoustic waves, although we have one of the homework problems. Okay, have you to solve acoustic or sound waves. Okay, so you don't miss it. Okay. Each group of waves exhibit multiple wave regimes. Okay, have different regimes. Okay, and don't worry about this. We are going to talk about it. Okay, this just give you a kind of beginning. Okay, some sense of waves. Okay, we are going to know the mechanism later on. Okay, so for example, you can have the vertical propagation waves, like I just mentioned earlier, and or evanescent waves. Okay, depend on the wave property. Okay, medium property. The restoring force for pure graded waves in initial oscillations are buoyancy force. That's low prime. Okay, the density become higher or become lower, and then so they are different from the environment, and then they can go up, go down, okay, and become restoring force. And the Coriolis force, okay, that can be a kind of restoring force too for larger scale flow. Sound waves derive their oscillations from longitudinal compression and expansion. Okay, like I said, okay, if you have a spring, tanhuang, okay, you compress it, it's going to oscillate, okay, and wave goes out, okay, both ways. And planar waves derive their oscillations from the meridional variation of the Coriolis force. That's what we call beta effect. Okay, and as you know, beta is okay. This is Coriolis force, Coriolis parameter. Okay, and that gives us the Rossby waves. Okay, so those are probably not much new to you. I believe you more or less have some background on this. If you need details, please go to my book chapter 2, which you can download from the web. Okay, the compression force, buoyancy force, Coriolis force, and variation of Coriolis force. Okay, they give the sound waves. Buoyancy force gives you graded waves. Coriolis force gives you inertial waves or initial graded waves combined with this. And variation of Coriolis force, that's beta effect, give us the Rossby wave. Okay. And how do you know your governing equations contain those waves? You can see from those terms. If a term contains C sub s, that is sound wave speed, okay, C sub s is equal to the square root of gamma RT, okay? And gamma is equal to Cp over Cv, okay? The heat capacity at constant pressure, heat capacity at constant volume, times R times T, okay? And if in your system you contain that term, your system contains the acoustic wave. You have to be aware of that, okay? If not, then you are free. There's no acoustic waves in your system, okay, the weather system. And if you contain n squared, that n is defined as g over theta dg, okay, that's buoyancy force. Okay, it's associated with the buoyancy force, give you the frequency. Okay, that's called, what kind of frequency is that? Brown-Weiser frequency, okay? So if it contains this, then your system contains graded waves, okay? And if you contain F, then you can have the inertial waves, okay? And if you contain F and N, then you can have combined of graded waves, inertial waves, that's called inertial graded waves. And if your system contains beta, then your system will contain the Rossby waves. Okay. Okay. There's a potential, doesn't mean it's there. You have to trigger it, okay, and then get it generated and then propagate. And also they can be combined, mixed. Okay, so you can have the mixed waves, like inertial graded waves, like mixed acoustic graded waves, and mixed Rossby graded waves. Okay, mixed Rossby graded waves is very important in tropics. Okay, and inertial graded waves are also known as point K waves in oceanography. Okay, normally we don't use this term, and that is used mainly by the oceanographers. Of course, you are free to use it, but we normally just call it inertial graded waves. And on the ocean, and they can be like a coastal or boundary cavern waves. Okay, and that is part of this inertial graded waves. And the oscillation period of the waves is determined by the strength of the restoring force and the characteristics of the wave medium, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, the presence of mesoscale waves in the atmosphere and oceans can be measured by different ways, okay, or inferred by different measures like thermodynamic soundings, okay, microbarograph. Oh, yeah. Okay, and visible and infrared satellite images, data echoes, SOTA, okay, and Raven sound, the vertical wind profilers, and other methods. Okay, so there are different ways you can measure the waves. Okay, and data obtained, you can do analysis like this example. Okay, okay. So I did you to do to these. Okay, this just give you example. Okay, yeah. And this is one example, okay, of the waves generated by disturbance here associated with score line and front in this, and then propagate all the way to New England. Okay, this part is called New England, okay, area. Okay, propagate for more than 18 hours. Okay. And so you also can see it from the microbarograph. Okay, this is okay, Marshall. Okay, this is MSL. That is in this region, probably in Louisiana. Okay, it's here. This one. Okay. Oh, yeah, Muscle Shores. Okay, in Alabama. Okay, it propagate all the way to BOS, that's Boston. Okay, and you can trace it. And sometimes the waves probably doesn't affect us much, but sometimes it could be important because if we have a kind of wave which associated with strong upward motion, if it's propagated to a region which already kind of moist, then it can trigger storm. Okay, and storm itself can trigger waves too. Okay. Okay, so in enthalpy, in all time, those mesoscale and sound waves, people try to get rid of them in the model. But instead, we try to keep them. Okay, except sound waves. Sound wave doesn't really. It's kind of give us trouble in modeling, but it doesn't give us trouble in the real atmosphere. Okay, otherwise you guys will be trouble. If I see somebody's kind of tuku, okay, nothing there, okay, then I just speak louder and then generate small tornadoes and wake you up. Okay, yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Okay, maybe we should take a break, lunch break. Yeah, right.
Should we divide the old people with some group?
Okay, so ready? Okay, 所以哈，你要看 equation 2.2.14 to 2.2.18， okay， 2.2.14, it, so this is a set of equations. Oh, that's in chapter 2. Okay, in chapter 2. So this is a set of equations. We have 5 equations, perturbation equation. Okay, and so we have 3 momentum equations in x, y, and z directions, and then we have the continuity equation, and then we have the thermodynamic energy equation. So those 5 can be combined into one equation. Since we cannot do much of the modeling, maybe we should derive that equation. How about that? Yeah. Okay, so this equation, okay, from chapter 2, okay, 5 equations kind of combined into one. Remember when I was at NC State, okay, 北卡州立大学, when I teach this course, and I give assignment for students to derive that equation. So all my colleagues complained to me, say, why do you do this? Okay, all my students are kind of busy in deriving equations for you for that equation. Okay, and some have 10 pages, some have 14 pages, 15 pages. Okay, maybe we should try that, right? Because you don't have to do much of the modeling. How about that? Yeah, everyone agrees, right? Yeah. No objection, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, so you can derive that. And here, this equation is in terms of W prime. That's the perturbation vertical velocity. And so here, okay, can you, okay, let's do this now, okay. Can you look at that equation? Look at that equation. And then can you tell me how many different types of waves included in that equation? Can somebody tell me what kind of waves are included in that equation? Okay. Okay, you want me to repeat question? Question is gone. 这个 equation 内底有包含多少不同种类的 waves？ Okay， 紧讲。Yeah. Inertial wave. Okay, why inertial wave? F. Good. Very good. And how about the other waves? Okay, good. And greater waves. Why? We're n squared. Okay, good. How about other type? Other types. Speak loudly. Okay. Yeah. Do we have sound waves? We don't, because you don't have C sub H, right? No have C sub H, so no sound waves. Okay, good. Other waves? No, we don't have low speed waves because low speed waves requires beta. Okay, beta, we don't have beta. And we have these kind of 2 waves, they can combine together as inertial greater waves. Right? Okay, and beside the waves, they also have different kind of mechanism. Okay, like when you have wind shear, UGG, VGG, there's a potential, not guaranteed. It's not sufficient condition. There's a possibility that can have shear wave. Vertical shear can have the shear instability. Okay, yeah. And of course, when you're n square, there's a possibility you could have n squared become negative. That means you could have upside down, right? The core air sit on top of the ohm layer, then you have the which kind of instability is that? Okay, let me repeat that question. Convective. Close, but not exactly. So my question is this: when you are involved in this n square less than 0, normally n square is greater than 0. But suppose if n square, that's the square of blunt vessel frequency, less than 0, okay? Then what's this? This is G over theta, d theta, dg, right? So this is less than 0. That means the theta dg is less than 0. Because g is always positive. Theta always positive. So this means what? You can have upside down. That's static instability. Okay. So there are several instabilities involved in that equation. No guarantee. It's just you have possibility you can do that. You can have that happen. So you can have pure graded wave, and you can have inertial graded wave. Okay. You can have static instability, n squared less than 0. You can have shear instability. Okay, because you can have du, dg. Okay, you have that. If that term is very strong, then under certain conditions you can have shear instability. Okay, like Richardson number that can possibly. Okay, if Richardson number is less than 1/4, then you have which kind of instability? Shear instability. Or sometimes we call it Kelvin-Helmholtz instability. Okay, and also you can have symmetric instability, and you can perconical instability involved. Okay, so that equation, okay, it could have all those, okay, or part of them happening. Okay, since it's not sufficient condition, so it doesn't guarantee all of them going to happen. But if condition is right, some of them can happen. Until okay. Next thing I want to talk about is about when you have wave, there are certain properties， 有一个性质有一些性质，就是说，wave frequency 怎么讲？频率，波频 ，OK， 波速 ，OK， phase speed， 啊，像素 ，OK，good velocity， 群速 ，OK，and dispersion relations，
频散关系，
啊，
频散关系，
频
率的频，
对，频，啊。
散开来。
哦，频散关系。OK. So, dispersion relationship, okay, relates the wave frequency to the wave number. Okay, that you know, right? Okay, and the period of oscillation tau. Okay, that period oscillation 是按照讲，中文怎么讲？周期。OK. 啊，震荡周期。OK， 震荡周期。of a wave determines the wave frequency. Okay. Wave frequency, I have to remind you. 您受过迄个啥？迄个general physics 啊。你频率就是迄个 1 over time period 嘛，对不哈？频率。但是你有当咱伫大气哈。那我当然看到 2 pi divided by period， 迄两个是拢会使用 ，OK。但是你也知影，你无共款所在，就是讲，这个呢一般就是叫做 frequency，wave frequency 如果你用 2 pi divided by tau，OK，sometimes we use t right period， 这个是我是 frequency， 咱有当大气用这个海洋嘛是共款。 啊，这类型呢，伊嘛是频率，但其实频率就是说，这边呢，这频率就是说，有几个波在1秒钟之间跑过去啊，这叫做频率啊，这是一般大家的了解。那如果是用2派的话，就是说你不是算波数，你算多少个 ？OK， 那个派就是角度 ，OK， 所以那就是那叫做 angular wave frequency，OK， 所以你怎样一个 difference under 哈啊，所以你可以用1 over tau 或是2 pi over tau， 但是也单位不一样，啊，单位不一样。这是你用那个角度来算，这个呢是算几个波过去啊，震荡几个波，一秒钟之间它有几个波震荡 ，OK， 啊，这个是算角度 ，OK， 好，在1秒钟内底有几个角哈。所以 ，OK，and horizontal and vertical spatial scales Lx, Ly, and Lg of a wave determine horizontal and vertical wave number 啊，这你过去拢知影 ，OK， 啊 ，so K is 1 over Lx，OK，1 over Ly，OK，M equals to 1 over Lg。啊，你买当用2派，2派的时候就说你不是算几个波，你是算角度 ，OK， 就这样，差别在哪里？所以有时候我们用1 over Lx， 有时候呢用2 pi over Lx，OK， 这个就是 angular wave numbers，OK， 所以你了解这个哈，有时候会 confusion。OK， a wave may be characterized by its amplitude and the phase。我想这你拢了解了哈，大气动力有哈，哎，我可以讲快一点哈 ，OK，so 不过这个是很重要，这个有时候呢，你都不了解为什么有时候用1 over tau， 而是用 period， 而且我当然用2 pi over period，OK， 所以呢，这个用那个 characterized by its amplitude and the phase，OK， 所以呢，这是 wave amplitude，right？ 这就是 KLM， 就是 wave number。这 omega 是 wave frequency and alpha is what's alpha？ phase angle，OK， phase angle，OK， phase angle，OK， alpha 是 phase angle。phase speed 我想这种读过了哈 ，phase speed 是 omega divided by k，OK，in x direction。In y direction, omega divided by L. In z direction, omega divided by m. 所以我卖 repeat， 我是拢知影哈。我可能 critical 的跟你讲一下哈。这 wave 哈，你买当用迄个啥 express by waves， 这 Fourier series，OK，OK， 这你嘛了解了哈。OK， 咱读过哈 ，OK， 呀。如果只是你的波呢？你的波只是一个 wave number and wave length，OK， 那你只有一个 k，OK， 但是假如说你的波呢，不一定是，有时候很乱，像这样的，它就有很多不同的波数 ，OK， 不同的 wave length combined together， 你知道不 ？OK。OK， 所以我像这下面讲，这款是这 Horton 里面都有嘛，哈 ，OK。所以这个 AN 哈，你可以用那个 integration 导出来 ，OK。好 ，B 也可以 ，OK。这个叫做Fourier component，OK。或有时候 sometimes they say nth harmonic of the wave function。这 wave 这它有一个 orthogonality 的性质 ，OK， 所以这个 sine function、cosine function multiply together integrate from 0 to 1 wavelength is equal to 0 for all n and m greater than 0，OK。OK， and this one too，OK， 所以这我想可能卖 这种读过嘛哈 ？OK。OK， 啊，你个 cosine 呢 ？OK， 它是 equal to 0。OK，sin equal to 0。OK。OK， or n equals to m。好 ，sin multiply sin integrated from 0 to 1 wavelength L equals to L over 2. If m not equals to m, it equals 0. Okay. And same for cosine. Okay. Now, 较重要就是讲什么是 dispersive， 什么是 non-dispersive waves. Can somebody volunteer to tell me what's dispersive, what's non-dispersive? Wave number. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Then it's dispersive. If it's not related or function of wave number, then it's non-dispersive. Okay. Sometimes my students a little bit confused. They know the definition. They know to check the wave is dispersive or non-dispersive. But physical meaning they don't really understand. Okay. And so I give you one example. So say if we have a wave like this, okay, or so say you have a wave like this, okay, and this wave can be composed by waves with different wave length. Okay, so they can be combined, like for example, they can be combined like this. Longer wave, shorter waves, even shorter waves, okay, and even shorter, they all combined together equals to this one, become this complicated form. Okay, so now, if those waves, they propagate at the same speed. So say they propagate at the same speed like c. Then this wave contains those waves will propagate at the same speed. So the wave pattern will keep same, right? Because it's composed by so many different waves, but they all propagate same speed. Then patterns look same. Okay, this is called non-dispersive. Okay. And if this one propagates faster than this one, then this wave later on will be distorted, will变形. Okay, so that's called dispersion. Okay. I give one example to my students. I say if you have a family with 4 people, the father, okay, and the mother, okay, and the kid, okay, and the little girl, okay, and so they go out, okay, to take a walk, okay, in the field. So now you have this, just like waves, okay. And now if the father, okay, he is in school, like graduate school, for example, okay, heavy cold road, okay. So thinking about, wave dynamics, mesoscale dynamics, mountain waves, okay, or mountain meteorology. So he just keep working without thinking about, his wife and his kids are with him. And little kid, so interesting, okay, people are kind of play soccer, okay, 踢足球, okay, and play, okay. And he was looking at this, look at that, so he was walking slowly, and okay, and then the mother tried to take care of him, so okay, walk slower. So then later on, they were spread out, so the wave pattern will be different. That's called dispersion. Okay, okay. But if there's a troop, okay, then they go out, and then everybody marching at the same speed. Okay, so when you look at them from far away, the wave pattern is same. That's called non-dispersion. Okay. So this is important thing you have to know. So in mathematically is your wave frequency is a function of wave number. Okay, no, speed. Okay, speed. Omega divided by k, right? So this is c. Okay, equals to Cp. Is like a function of k. Then it means dispersion. Dispersion. Okay. If Cp is not a function of k, then it's non-dispersion. Okay, so that's the most important thing I wanted to tell you. I think a lot of basic ideas you probably already learned from other courses. Okay, so I have some explanation here. And dispersive, if wave is dispersive, then later on it's going to look different, the pattern. Okay, 也显不赶快。Like this. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Okay. Okay, anyway, I think somehow maybe it's not conversion problem. Maybe when I change the material, when I try to reorganize it, it's, so where is it? Okay. Where is that? Oh, here. Okay. So. Okay, it's better. Okay, so when Cp is a function of k, then waves with different wavelengths propagate at different speed, so the wave pattern looks different. Okay, this wave pattern looks different later on. So sometimes people think that is dispersion. It's not dispersion. Okay, it's dispersion. Okay, and dispersion is just like dispersion is like when if say if something happened, okay, you have ceiling coming down, so then everybody is getting shorter, right? Because you want to avoid to be hit by the ceiling. That's called dispersion. Okay. But there is called dispersion. Dispersion, they are different. Okay, understand? Okay, this is something important I want you to understand. what's the difference of dissipation and dissipating and dispersion. Okay, dispersive. Okay, dispersive is the wave pattern changes. Dissipation, wave pattern same. Okay, yeah, it's just suppressed. Okay, so you can prove that by considering two waves, just two waves. One with K, one with K plus delta K. Okay, one with K minus delta K. 所以就 consider 两个波的那个波长不一样，就两个把它加起来。OK， 这样的 OK。那 OK。Now the propagation at speed of delta omega divided by delta k, okay, and you take limit of this will become partial omega partial k or d omega dk, okay. 如果 delta k approach 0, okay. 那这个就是 groove velocity, okay. So to check dispersive or not, there are two ways. One is check to see the phase speed is function of k or not. Other way is to see the whole group, okay, whole group, like this whole group, they are propagating the same speed as everyone. Okay, that's phase speed. Okay, groove velocity is whole group propagate same speed, and phase speed is individual one. Okay, propagate. If they give same speed, that's non-dispersive because, okay, wave pattern is same. Okay, so that's this one. So you can check groove velocity and the phase speed. So if these two are equal, that means everybody is working at the same speed as whole group, then it's non-dispersive. Okay. Here is dispersive. 安尼了解啦哈 ，OK good， OK， 这个是即个我上重要要恁知影哈。groove velocity represent velocity the slow variant modulation of a wave propagates. Okay, yeah. And groove velocity can be it's a speed, it's a velocity. So you have three components. Okay, in general, so you have x component, y component, and z component, and they can be calculated by partial omega partial k, partial omega partial l, partial omega partial m times ijk individually and add together. Okay, now shallow water wave equations. Okay. Okay, so we consider non-rotating. That means what? F equals to 0. Okay, non-rotating. No Earth rotation. So F equals to 0. Second one is hydrostatic. Okay, hydrostatic. Okay, hydrostatic means hydrostatic means your two forces are in balance. Okay, what are these forces? What are these two forces? Pressure gradient force and gravitational. Okay, force, right? Gravitational force. This is two in balance. So then you don't have that dW, dt. Because dW dt, that is the G momentum equation. That's equals to what? Right. So this is okay. 垂直加速度 okay. 垂直加速度 and this is okay. PGF, right? Pressure gradient force. This is gravitational force. Okay, So if these two are impedance, that means this one equals to 0, then there's no vertical acceleration, no matter it is upward or downward. Okay, so, and then Fourier Fourier system. So if we consider this, and dou 1 less than dou naught, okay, then we can calculate this. If you don't understand this, no worry, okay, because we are going to do a homework on that one, okay? So we consider this kind of system where two layer, and dou layer is dou 0, and upper layer is dou 1, and dou 1 is smaller than dou 0, okay? What happens if dou 1 is greater than dou 0? Okay? Okay? Yeah, it's called static instability. Okay, that we cannot solve it because it's become turbulent. Okay, so here we have the system. I think maybe we should try to get out, or we stay 5 minutes. Okay, and we try to get out because I think there's a speaker coming in. Okay, so now if we consider this H is a depth of the fluid. Okay, and this H sub S is mountain height. Okay, and mountain height here is smaller, here is larger. Okay, and then here is H prime. Okay, is H prime. That's the perturbation from the undisturbed water depth. Okay, so this water depth far away from the mountain, okay, it's not disturbed. So this capital H minus this will be this H prime. Okay. So in other words, when you have that, that means H prime plus H sub S will be equals to capital H. Okay. Okay, now by assuming no inertial vertical shear, okay, no inertial shear, vertical shear, and the horizontal momentum equations can be derived like this, okay. So can somebody tell me what's the physical meaning of this term? What's the physical meaning? 物理意义, okay, what's physical meaning of this term? Pressure gradient force, okay, yeah, pressure gradient force. And okay, and those kind of local rate of change, advection in x direction, advection in y direction. Okay, so those, and g prime is equal to g times theta rho divided by rho naught. Theta rho is rho naught, rho level divided kind of minus the upper layer one, rho 1. Okay, that's theta. Okay. And so that's called reduced gravity, like this too. Okay. And continuity equation can be written in this way. Okay. And now if we assume like before, U is equals to basic wind speed plus U prime, or flow speed, okay, for perturbation speed. Okay, V equal capital U plus V prime. And H is equals to this, okay, like this here. This will give us H equals to capital H minus H prime minus H sub S, okay, like this. No, it's different, okay, different. So, okay, we just take this one, okay. H equals to H plus H prime minus H sub S. Okay, so this H plus H sub S is equals to this H plus H prime. Here H prime is negative. Here H prime is positive. Okay, so that H, capital H plus H prime. Remember, H prime can be positive or negative. Okay, if deep down, would be negative. If it's elevated, both up will be positive. Equals to this part. Okay. Agree? Okay. So in this way, H will be equals to H plus H prime minus H sub S. Okay. And that will be correct. Okay. So that will be correct here. Here, H plus H prime minus H sub S. And then we're going to get this three-dimensional shallow water wave equations. Okay, and it's linear, okay, because we have ignored the nonlinear terms. Okay, so I believe some of you probably understand this one. Okay, now if we consider a 2D linear one-layer system, that means we don't have 2 layers. Everybody is with the same law, okay, and then it reduces to this, okay. So we consider 2D, okay, linear, okay, one-layer system, like this. Then this term goes, right? Because it's nonlinear. This term times this nonlinear. So this is much smaller than u. So this goes, becomes this plus u du prime dx. Okay. This one goes, why? Because 2D. So partial y in y direction, no change. So this is gone, this go. Okay. So 3.4.4. Okay. First term stays. Second term, this is much smaller than this one. So this is nonlinear term, disappear, ignored. So then we have u, partial u prime, partial x. Okay. And this terms go. Yeah, goes because for 2D, okay, only x and the g, then partial y, no matter which is equal 0, so this term goes, and we keep this term plus g prime dh prime dx equals to 0. Okay, and this goes, okay. And only this one equals 0. So if, and then this goes, okay. And then that means v prime will be constant. Okay. So then you can do the 3.4.6. Then, so then first equation becomes this, identical to what I did there. Okay. So you can do same thing for 3.4. And these two equations can be combined into this one. Okay. I think and I think I stop here. Okay, yeah, stop here. Right, they are coming, I guess.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Yeah.
Nobody coming, huh?
Yeah,
So interesting, right? Yeah. Okay.年久失修。年久失修。Oh, waiting outside. Okay, maybe we stop here. Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, yeah. Okay, thanks. Okay.